Welcome to our PiYo Live certification today. My name is Dana Harmon. I will be your PiYo Live Master Trainer. So today, not just today, but moving forward, if you guys were to need anything from me, I am here to help you, whatever that is. If you have questions, if you need help after the training, or basically pretty much anything that you might need from this point forward, I will be available to you. So I have put some information up here about myself for you guys to write down. So if you'll look beside you, I actually put a little treat bag beside you that has a couple of things in it. One of the things that's in it is it's my absolute favorite pencil. I use it all the time. I love it. And also a little pad for you guys to use to take down my information first of all, but then also to take any notes that you might need to take today in case you didn't bring anything with you. So check out your bag. Go ahead and pull those things out for me. Jot down my information, my name, Dana Harmon. My email is workitbirmingham@gmail.com. I have a Facebook page and an Instagram page, so those are my names on those. So if you want to look me up, try to do that today before you leave. Go and friend me on Facebook, follow me on Instagram, and then I can follow you back. And that way you have contact with me. We also have, our Facebook page that I put together that all you guys are already in. You can also reach me that way. So if you prefer to just, reach out that way, that's okay too. So let me start by just telling you a little bit about me while you guys are jotting that down. Like I said, my name's Dana. I have been teaching in fitness for 23 years. So I've been in fitness for 23 years. And I started doing this because I wanted to be able to stay at home with my kids and raise my kids. And it was just a great way for me to get out of the house, stay active, get my kids out of the house to play with other kids, and to make a little bit extra money. We don't get rich teaching, but I teach because I love it. That's why I do it. I didn't realize at the time is it would be something I would absolutely fall in love with, and it would be something I would end up making a career out of for the rest of my life. So I went on later to become a personal trainer, started doing that. So as my kids got bigger, I was in the gym even more. And then when they all were in school and I had one driving, I went to work full-time for the Y as a fitness director, and then recently just left so that I could pursue my absolute dream job, which is this: teaching, training, and mentoring other instructors. This is what I wanted to do since I went to my very first training. I knew at that moment when I went to my first AFA training that this was something I wanted to do one day, and so it just happens to be now. An interesting fact about me that I would love to share with you guys, because I'm going to ask you to share with me something interesting about you as well, is that I grew up on a farm, and when I was 10 years old, I started driving a tractor. When I was 14, I became the Alabama State Grand Champion pig shower, and I sent myself through my first year of college with that Grand Champion winning that I did. So anyway, just a cool fact about me, just because of where I am and just in the country. So wanted to share that with you guys, and I look forward to hearing something interesting about you as well. So why don't we start with that? Why don't we go through and introduce ourselves, and then I'm going to tell you a lot more about what we're going to be doing today. And before we do that though, let me ask you a question. How many of you have gone through a training before, a Beachbody training or any training before? Show of hands. Okay, great. Have you done more than one training? Anybody have more than one training? Cool. Does anybody have yoga or Pilates training? Awesome. So nobody has yoga or Pilates. So here's the great thing is that you do not have to have yoga or Pilates to leave here today and be able to go teach PiYo. I am going to give you all the tools for your toolbox that you need to leave here today, and if you wanted to tomorrow or Monday to start teaching a PiYo class. You do not have to have extra training. I know some of you said that this is your first training. Some of you have had 2 trainings or more trainings. We are in here with all different levels of experience, and I don't want you to be concerned about that, because everything that you will need to move forward and to teach a class you will get from here today. Doesn't necessarily mean you will be ready to teach it on Monday for some of you, but you'll have everything you need to go home and get ready to teach it as quickly as you want to. So that's the good thing about it. The other great thing about it is that there's no test today. You're not going to take a test. How great is that? I'm terrible at taking tests. I always do horrible. I freak out when I take a test. So even if I know it front and back, it's hard for me. So don't worry about that. So forget about that. There's no test. We're just going to have fun. We're going to learn as much as we can learn today. and I'm going to answer as many questions as you guys can throw at me as best as I possibly can, and if I don't know the answer, I'll go figure it out and find it for you, okay? So let's start over here. Let's introduce ourselves. So a couple of things I want you to tell me. I want you to tell me what your name is, where you live, what you teach currently, and one interesting thing about you that you would like to share with us. Okay, great. It's so great to meet all you guys, and lots of fun, interesting things about you that some of you I would like to know a little bit more about. So also, we are going to go over, before we get started, I'm just going to go over what our day is going to look like, okay? So you kind of have an idea of all the things you're going to get and leave here with today after our 8 hours of training, okay? So we're going to talk about our instructor success pathways. So Beachbody has a pathway that they use in their training so that you guys are successful to teach, whether it be this or basically anything. And the first thing is just the format, the PiYo format. So by the time you leave here today, you'll be able to describe the format and structure and the essence of what the PiYo classes are. So when you leave here today, no matter who you talk to, you'll be able to explain to them what they're about to take and what they're about to embark on, okay? The other thing is technique. So you'll be able to name and demonstrate all of the PiYo moves. So you'll be able to show them, demonstrate them, name them, and then also give cues to make sure that your participants are doing them safely and correctly. The other thing is that we will use cueing and engagement. We'll learn about cueing and engagement. You'll be able to apply cueing and engagement skills to lead classes with participants of all difficulty or different abilities in your class. So one of the things as a successful instructor is we have all levels of ability that come to our classes, from very beginner, first time to a class, to super advanced. And we want for our members to leave feeling super successful. So my hopes are today, by the time you leave, you will have the skills that you need, or the tools for your toolbox to go home and work on, so that no matter who comes to your class, they will leave your class feeling successful, and then how you can implement that for them, okay? So that's one of my goals for today, is to make sure you leave here feeling confident that you can teach. No matter who comes in your class, you can teach them in a way that they will feel successful when they leave, okay? So a couple of housekeeping things that I want to go over today. For us to be able to do all of this, there's a couple of things I need for you guys to do. One is I need for you to actively participate. I can stand here and talk all day long and it'd be absolutely boring, and we don't want that. So I need for you to participate by, when we have discussions, that you talk, you ask questions, you give your feedback about things, how you feel about things. The other thing is we will do some group time where we are doing kind of just breaking off in little groups and working together on some of the format and that kind of thing, the technique, cueing, those kind of things. So I need for you guys to make sure you're participating in that. Step out of your comfort zone a little if that's hard for you. You're among your peers that want for you to be successful just like they want to be successful. So take advantage of that. Take the feedback that anybody gives you, whether it's me or your peers, and use that to sharpen your skills today on the PiYo class and the things that we talk about, okay? The other thing is I need for you to be on time. So we'll take breaks, we'll take bathroom breaks, we'll have lunch, those kind of things. I need for you guys to be, I'll give you that a time when to get back, and I need for you guys to try to get back just as quickly as you can so that we can stay on task, stay on time today. The other thing is we don't want to have any distractions. So we all have things going on outside of here, and our phones are a huge distraction. So if you wouldn't mind, just put your phones on vibrate for today, and check them whenever you need to. I totally understand that. If you have to take a phone call, take it. Maybe just step out quietly and then get back in as quickly as you can so that you don't miss anything. And then also, we don't want distractions so that the others that are in here can't listen and learn while we're in here, because everybody wants to be here to learn. Sound good? So we're all on the same page there? Great. So I'm super excited about today. Can't wait to teach you all about this. I'm especially excited about doing the master class. So that'll be coming up here shortly. Once you get your certification, you cannot use the PiYo name unless you've gone through the certification, because it's a trademark name. So after today, you guys will be able to call your class PiYo. You also do not have to keep up CEUs or take extra CEUs to submit to keep your certification. We will talk about this a little bit later, but all you have to do is be a pro team member. As long as you're staying with your pro team member status, then every year, your PiYo certification renews for another year. It's good for a year. So do I have any questions about anything that I've gone over so far? Great. You guys ready to get started? One more thing to go over, one more thing for housekeeping is that if you do need to go to the restroom and we haven't had a break, then just quietly step out. It's down the hall and to the left, and then come back in just as quickly as you can. If I notice that everybody's getting a little bit antsy and we need to get up and stretch, then we'll do that as well, and I'll give you a break if we need to. So I'm super excited, ready to get started. So let's go.